Hello, welcome back everyone. Welcome to our next Trial 2 episode.
Wow. They're really making money moves out here.
Money moves.
Without a doubt, Byakuro's the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. I don't know.
But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
He can't believe his lover killed somebody.
You the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Wow.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
What?
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth.
I am not effing with you.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
He just decided to fuck with a corpse.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
Damn straight. More like damn gay.
Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own? Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means killer is Genocide Jack! No.
I got it!
What was I about to say? Shit, I was about to say something that was witty or something. I don't know. Whatever. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. If I had picked someone else other than Byakuya from the get-go, would it have been differently, or could I have only chosen Byakuya in that part of the trial?
You could have only chosen Byakuya in that part of the trial because the game was asking you who else would have known about the secret to Genocide Jack's cases, and the answer to that would have been Byakuya.
Okay. I need to find some more clues. Make my argument! Celeste account! What? Fuck, I don't remember what she said.
She said she saw Chihiro in the warehouse.
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
Whee!
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps
You'd be
someone saw the
surprised.
victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
It's over.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game
I'm having a
over.
hard time because I feel like this account could be used for multiples of these.
You're supposed to shoot the one you're arguing against.
Isn't there a single clue that
might lead us to who did
it?
When I'm arguing against. Okay.
Nobody can.
I'm sure if someone saw
That helps a lot.
Yeah,
Is
you
it
only
always
shoot
when I'm
some.
arguing against?
Yeah, you only shoot at something you disagree with.
We made it this far without knowing that. Hell yeah.
No, that's wrong.
It's- You're looking for a
I believe
contradiction.
Someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Wow.
God damn.
Whatever. Just hurry up and tell us.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
True.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm in kind of a hurry.
Sorry, it's on
Chihiro
auto.
told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
I mean, it makes
Probably
sense
'cause he
now
was afraid
why.
we'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed. What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just...
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the
Shut up.
connection.
Ma'am?
You know who the killer is.
No, we don't.
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for
Of
it.
course, it was Squid Game. I always knew.
The track jacket was blue, motherfucker, not green.
Season 2. Wink.
You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Who else likes
You wanna track down some fingerprints
Buffle
or
Dags?
something?
Who else likes Buffle Dags here?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe.
Alright, bro,
But we can
chill
make
out.
certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Did Chihiro's track jacket, really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow. It's really hard to believe.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Twinsies.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
Yeah!
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Did you, Larson? Did you hear him?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
He was on his way, so next, why did he choose?
What do you mean?
I got it! He picked that track. It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit. My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally.
Is it this one? No.
How would you
I'm so
know
confused!
Hero's tracksuit?
I don't know! Whose tracksuit have I seen?
You haven't seen anyone's tracksuit.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was. He was on his way to go
Wait.
exercise. So next we have to ask,
Wait.
why did he choose?
What do you mean?
Did it
Wait.
click?
It did.
Matched the one the culprit.
So, what you... The killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit.
That's-
No, that's wrong.
How did you know it was blue? She never said it was blue! I'm putting it all together now. It's all in my brain now. I feel it.
It's
The gears are shifting. The Sherlock. All the years watching Sherlock finally clicked. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
What's up?
Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
Blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell
I
anyone?
love Hifumi to the side, just pointing.
The
You.
only one I told about any of this was
My
you.
brain going back to the flashback of during the lunch thing was like, oh no, don't tell me Chihiro murdered Mondo. Wink.
I
The only
was
one
really
I
sitting
thought
there like,
was you.
I was like, wow, are you really gonna say that to me?
How did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
My bro would never do that.
No.
Bro, tell me it's not true. Bro?
The bag and
We're in
clothes
for a
were
wild
surely
ride.
disposed
We're
of by
finally
the
to the
time
point
we
of the
began
trial
our
where I like...
investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the
Cherry?
only possibility.
Cherry?
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Why is your tongue doing that? Stop.
Stop it.
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Mm-hmm.
He walked past me. And he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Said I always guard the room.
Why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him.
Because I hate him.
He was acting weird. Right? No?
I
There
am
was a certain
disappointed in
turning
you.
point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him
Did I
as
choose
dude.
the wrong thing?
Once I picked up on that, it
Yeah,
occurred to
because
me
it made
that
the
Mondo
wrong
knew
thing
something
sound,
we
but she
didn't.
continued on anyways, which is good.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
He's probably done it plenty of times.
Mondo,
Yeah, he's a
Was it
biker
really
king
you?
leader.
did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn
Because
criminal?
you are?
You're literally a
You would
biker
never
king
do
leader.
something like that. This is a false accusation.
My bro would never do that!
The reasoning on that
My
is
bro.
pretty shaky.
We had a bonding experience. He would never betray.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist.
Mondo is
then,
cross-dressing as a woman.
Here it is.
Plot twist.
What do you have there?
Oh, Chihiro's handbook.
It happens to
Right.
be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I
Wait, no,
scooped it up.
Leon's handbook. Wait, what? I'm confused. It's Chihiro's. Whatever.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
Gaslight,
But if I
Gatekeep,
tell you,
Girlboss.
and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break.
You mean like a sauna?
I flippin' knew it!
Like a sauna.
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Mondo, you fucked up.
The
Who else could it
temperature
be?
in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
What was that all
then the
about?
killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break
Don't worry about it.
Don't
Meaning
worry
the
about it.
culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I
mean,
might
we
know
got-
someone who did.
We got 2 idiots
Seriously?
who fought in a sauna.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who wore all their clothes into the sauna. Damn, I took the longest fucking route to get there.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't
Get
it?
ready for the drama, baby.
Oh my god, there's drama.
Why? Why do you keep accusing
No!
me?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest.
Oh my
in the
god,
sauna
Taka's
not too
getting
long ago,
angry.
Remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Oh my lord.
Yep, you get 3 now.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
So you gotta shoot the
If
right
what he
one
says is
to argue
correct,
with the right
then
statement.
Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, If Mondo's handbook
So you gotta load
is
the right
actually
bullet.
broken, then that
Wait,
proves
what?
that what Makoto
You
said
get
is right.
multiple bullets now, and you gotta shoot the bullet with the right statement at the one you want to argue with.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he said you broke your own, in other words, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
What? Bitch.
See?
The fucking pink text got in the way? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto.
Oh.
What he said you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn
Fuck off.
handbook works just fine.
God damn it.
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he said you broke
Hurry
your own.
up.
Then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just
Should I shoot it
fine.
here or fucking something? Like, Jesus Christ.
See? Look!
Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt
Watch
a
this
fly!
be the wrong fucking choice as well.
I think it's the right choice.
Let's test
Why is it
Makoto.
so
What he
hard
said
to
you broke
fucking
your own.
hit?
In other words, then that proves.
But what
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Fuck.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Damn.
It's kind of a
Free
gray area,
dibs.
I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
Sure does.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
okay. Then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
Do I get to re-symbol it now?
Comic
That way,
time.
everything will become clear.
Yes.
This try was much shorter than I
Yeah.
thought it was.